Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andy Teshroto. Today, I'm going to be covering characters that could get a summoning mechanic. Yes, I'm going to be still covering some of these characters in rework videos, what characters that could be reworked in 2020 to 2021 just to be updated. But I'm also going to set aside a certain few characters that I could feel, maybe not all of them, but some of them getting a light rework so they don't have to have an actual summoned either character, object, or something like that, droid, something like that, just to make them more viable, just to stand out more. And I'm going to talk about a couple of bounty hunters, of just a few other characters, and the last three I will cover kind of together, so bear with me on that. But let's get into this. So, EMBO, there could be two ways to work this, but I feel like the summon mechanic may actually be the best way to work EMBO. And that is, he has a pet, Anubis, something like that. And I think Anubis is the actual Egyptian thing, but Anuba, which is that cat or that dog-like creature. You also see him, the Tusken Raiders use him. But Marok, and I've done a video of like, where is Marok in the past, in a previous video. And having him as a summonable character would be kind of cool to see in this game. Just to have him, like, honestly, another thing to note with all these characters, not all of them have to have a Zeta to automatically summon them. Maybe as a leadership, certain characters have them, summoned automatically if they're the lead. But if they're not the lead, they don't have to be summoned. But with EMBO, yes, have him, summon this character, if he is the leader. If EMBO's the lead of the bounty hunters, he's summonable. And then they get some sort of like synergy. Like even EMBO's Zeta, once he's applied, it also applies to Marok. So it makes this Zeta more viable to actually, Zeta. Even if, he's a secondary bounty hunter, he has to actually do the summoning mechanic. But it would just allow EMBO to actually be, a little bit more viable than what he is now. Like, he's still great in a bounty hunter team, under Bosk lead, under Jango lead, even under his own lead against Phase 1 of the Sith raid. It'd be kind of cool. And maybe make Marok kind of like that tank that you need, another kind of tank that you need for bounty hunters. So that under an EMBO lead, bounty hunter, or Marok can tank where you could use Bosk in another bounty hunter team. Next is CAD Bane. Same concept, but he has a droid, I think named Todo or TOD0 or something. Why isn't he in the game? So another summoning opportunity to have CAD Bane. One, it would actually give him a Zeta to work with, because he doesn't have a Zeta. He's just an Omega bounty hunter, but he's just, in my opinion, kind of seems underwhelming. You don't see a lot of videos with CAD Bane. Aside from, I think he's good on this one, using this ability on Darth Nihilus. Remove 20 on the Phase 1 of the Sith raid, as well as I think Phase 4. If the target was debuffed, remove 25% of their max protection stacking. It doesn't say anything about if raid boss resists or not. But it still counts. So it may actually help with that initial regeneration of, Nihilus's protection. But it's kind of like also Jango's conflagrate, his burning effect, where if the target is burned or is debuffed, remove 25% max health. So this is protection, so it's kind of reverse. But still, giving CAD Bane a little more viability. If he's the lead, maybe, first off, I feel like getting a few more stats in here, like accuracy and something else, but giving his droid to be a summoned character, even at the start of the match, it'd be kind of cool. A lot of the times, CAD Bane would probably just bring in the character, or bring in Todo as a side. He could be also another light tank, because he kind of, distracts. Him and Marok, the droid and Marok, if you kind of watch them, they kind of distract some of the main threats. So they act like they're tanks in a way. So, yeah, it'd be kind of nice, And they have some sort of, like, Let's see, flicks debuff, so maybe when CAD Bane, or they recover max health and protection together. They're based on some, kind of that thing. So have these two support each other, be kind of cool. Next, Captain Phasma. If you see her in, well, this is what I say. One, she has two things that could go for her to be updated in this game. One, her Victory March I can see also being a summon ability for her droid. Well, first off, she needs a unique too, just to give her another Zeta to work with. But having her summon a droid, her little droid that you can actually get in Battlefront 2, would be kind of cool. I can easily see that, a little rotating droid, stunning, like just the annoying shocks and stuns that could come from a droid. Maybe nothing like tank-like, but something unique and different that also assists. Or maybe it's gonna be kind of like ARC Trooper's turret, but also has a chance to either daze, stagger, or stun the enemy. So it'd be kind of a unique take on that. And it only supports her, or maybe she can also allow it to be transferred to other Stormtrooper variant classes, because I wouldn't be surprised in the near future we get at least a team of Stormtrooper-esque for First Order troopers, kind of like Imperial troopers, but First Order troopers. So that'd be something to work with. She would definitely be the lead for that. But second, a side note, because I'm not going to cover her in the actual video of reworks, her full suede could be the physical damage to all enemies. That's great, but then she also comes in and attacks with her staff. That'd be kind of cool, added animation to it. So she points, everyone shoots, and then she assists. And all they have to do is change it to where the assist is the countered effect, so on the target. So that'd be kind of cool. But aside from that, her summoning the droid would make sense. Next is Darth Maul. He also has a couple of droids, like maybe he can have a floating 3 droids, kind of rotating around each other, 2 to 3 droids. Kind of I know it sounds weird, but it reminds me of, it could remind me of Magneton from Pokemon, where there's 3 Magnemites, rotating around each other. But these are his Sith probe droids rotating around each other, and he'd have the way of summoning them. Again, if he's the lead, he actually does deserve to have them out there, so it actually does something unique. And even getting his, even though I feel like Power of Hatred could be updated to a better setup, going first enemy to 5th enemy only, stacks up to 5, and add some more stats, but also those droids get that stacking bonus and just his unique, essentially. So, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see what we could see with Darth Maul having the summoned droids. Now you're thinking, what about Tarkin? Why is Tarkin here? Well, one, I guess his Zeta is only 10 Omegas, but I'm not Zeting his lead. But one, he is going to be in a video of the Empire reworks, but he just seems underwhelming a little bit. But at the same time, he actually can summon the interrogation droid. Granted, you could theoretically have an Imperial officer summon a droid, or Darth Vader, but it would, to me, I feel like, I don't know if we'll ever get an Imperial officer, and if we do, that'd be way down the road. And have him as a summoned character, kind of like ARC Trooper, would be kind of cool. But maybe giving the interrogation droid to Tarkin to give him some more uniqueness. Granted, this is, again, another character that could theoretically, if only lead, he can summon the droid out, because it's an actual droid. It's not like a turret, like the ARC Trooper. ARC Trooper's droid. Even though it makes me wonder if they'll ever add each faction having something similar to ARC Trooper, to having a turret, kind of linking to Battlefront 2, where everyone has that specific turret as well as the ion turret. But going back to it, though, giving Grand Moff Tarkin the summoning ability of a interrogation droid be kind of cool. However, this one, even though I mentioned, yes, having him being the lead, auto summons it, I feel like this one should not be an auto summon. It should be a manual summon regardless, because he's, he doesn't use the interrogation droid until he needs it. So it kind of, harkens to the lore of Tarkin. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool. One more list, and that'll be it. So Chopper. Yeah, some of these characters you'd be like, what? But Chopper, how is he? What would he summon? Well, he would summon, because I don't see CG actually making. I think it's AP5, the old Galactic Republic cargo droid, as a actual character. But if they do, they'd probably make him again like C-3PO, but just like a smaller version, like a 4 ability, nothing too crazily broken like C-3PO. So it'd be a easy to get, one of the first time easy to get supporting role that would go into Rebels, Droids, Galactic Republic, and do some sort of unique support. But Chopper could always summon him, that droid that's in Star Wars Rebels. If, Chopper summons him, that'd be kind of a new, unique way of running Chopper. It would also give Phoenix another character to work with in their team, so it'd be a 6v5. I don't see him Zeta. It would give Chopper a Zeta, I would admit. And he could theoretically, if Hera's the lead, he's automatically summoned. Make it kind of like that. But if he's with a regular droid team, he has to summon AP5. So that is an option to work with on Chopper. But aside from that, I actually kind of wouldn't mind AP5 as an actual playable character. It'd be the first time a non-attacking character that actually can be, farmed easily just as a marquee event, thrown straight into a, what's it called? The, one of the stores or something, kind of like Chopper was. So, especially since there's rumors, or actually I think it is confirmed that, no, it is confirmed. There's going to be a Rebels sequel. So, yeah, it could be a very opportune chance to add him in. Either way, it'd be kind of cool. Now, these last 3 characters kind of go hand in hand. The only thing I can make, maybe make these under-tiered characters work, have them summon a copy of themselves. Granted, again, in the Scoundrels video I did post, Mob Enforcer does deserve to be like a taunting tank and maybe actually work with, Zam Wessel's lead. But still, having these 3 summon a copy of themselves, again, they still need a light touch up, but giving them a summon ability, but they actually manual summon. There's no Zeta to give them automatic summoning. Just make them just, okay, in the middle of battle, like, of course, Underworld Police will just go with Padme, and boom, Padme now has 2 cups running next to her, along with, General Skywalker, Jenna, Anakin, and Ahsoka Tano. That would be kind of cool to actually see. It changed the dynamic up a little bit. Have them be supportive because they're police, and a lot of times police, do, even in real life, there's a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times police go in pairs for, their own safety. And in the Star Wars universe, I know there was like usually 3 or so, but still having that ability to summon another version of themselves would be kind of cool. Same with Mob Enforcer, giving them the taunts, but maybe have them alternate taunts, or only the main one taunts while the other one just is like a healing supporter or something. I don't know. For the main Mob Enforcer. And then Ugnaught, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to just see him support. Granted, he is one I would not be surprised. He's right now my mod mule. Until I put a mod on a character, I have him hold mods. He's never being worked on from here on. But at least I found use for him. But going back to it, though, having Ugnaught, actually be added into a faction, like, I could see him being a scoundrel. Ugnaughts seem to be scoundrel-esque, so just add him in the scoundrel faction just to give him some love. As well as, give him some more little droid hate so he can actually survive droid attacks, and maybe, he gets like 40% damage reduction from droids while other allies get 20%, something like that. But giving him an ability to summon another version of himself would be kind of cool, It'd be tedious to work with. But aside from that, these are the characters I found in Galaxy of Heroes that are currently in the game. Granted, yes, there could be other characters that come into the game, like Beodor. Let's see, character from the new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game, Iden Versio, some of the not Night Sisters, gosh. The spirit can summon a spirit. But no. What is it called? Sorry, I'm blanking right now, and I apologize for that. I wasn't prepared for that. But the Inquisitors. There's a couple Inquisitors that have droids that go with them. The one from Rebels. She has a little shoulder droid, as well as Iden Versio. So those characters would be able to get those little summoned droids. So it kind of makes sense for them, some more summonable characters. But aside from that, let me know what you guys think. Comment in the or post in the comments below any characters I missed. But aside from that, thank you for watching, and you guys have a phenomenal day.